Aloha Capricorn, and welcome to your tarot reading for the month of August 2026. We're going to dive right in, but before we do, if you would like to get a personal tarot reading with me, you can always go to themagicsiren.com. I make sure that the updated promo code is in the description box below. Down there, you'll also find the link to our Patreon. I post every day over there. We have so much fun. You'll also see the link for our podcast. It's called The Siren Circle. Every Sunday, we dive deep into a fresh topic, so I hope I see you there on Sunday. With all that being said, let's go ahead and get into your reading for the month of August. We're going to start with the overall theme or vibe for the month. We will move into any potential obstacles or challenges. Then we'll shuffle to see how we can overcome those challenges or obstacles. And then we'll get any extra messages that universe and spirit might have for you. And since this is a monthly reading, we're going to do an affirmation for the month at the end of the video. So make sure you hang out to the end of the video so you can get your affirmation for this month. Make sure you're watching your sun, moon, and rising sign for a complete forecast. And let's go ahead and dive in. We have our love oracles, we have our general oracles. That's how we're going to kick off the overall vibe and theme for the month. So let's go ahead and see what's happening in terms of love and emotions in August for all of you Capricorn friends. I'm so excited to see what comes out for you guys. So let's go ahead and see what is going on in terms of love and emotions. We have past life relationship. You've known each other before. There's a couple of messages with this card. The first card is maybe there is somebody in your life that you feel like you've just known them forever. You just met and it clicked. It was instantaneously, almost like it was a past life relationship. And sometimes those are friends. Obviously, it could be romantic partnerships. Sometimes this can even feel the connection that you have between an animal, a pet that you have, like a cat or a dog. So just know that that might be something that you are feeling this month. Another thing with this past life relationship card though is karmic relationships. So a lot of the times you'll hear these buzzwords of like twin flames and soulmates and karmic relationships and all these things, okay? And I just want to go ahead and point out that the odds of you meeting your twin flame in this life is very slim. Most of the time they are karmic relationships, and we confuse them for twin flames because karmic relationships feel very intense. When we first meet that person, it is a past life relationship. It's like there is almost like this mirroring energy. It's very intense. There are all these lessons that we learned. But past life relationships or karmic relationships, they come into your life to teach you something about yourself, what you want, what you don't want, who you are, who you're not, what you want moving forward. All of that sort of energy. There's some sort of lesson that is being taught to you through this relationship. So some of you might have a karmic relationship in your life, whether you're meeting this person this month or maybe you're walking away from that relationship this month. Just know that that person was sent into your life to teach you something, whether it's about you or what you want or what you don't want. Let's go ahead and see what the general oracles have to add to this message. Oh, you have support. I like this. You have support. Your life purpose fully supports you. I think this is also just knowing that you are being supported in general. You have support spiritually from your ancestors, your spirit team, your universe. You're being supported energetically. But then there's also this energy of support when it comes to your friends, your family, your community. Even if it's the community here within the Magic Siren community, there is this support that is available to you at this time. So, for some of you, like I said, I think some of you might be ending relationships this month. And if you are ending relationships this month, just know that everyone comes into our life for a season, for a reason. Not everything's going to last forever. And this person that came into your life, if it's a little bit difficult for you to walk away from that relationship, if it feels like, oh my gosh, like they are meant to be in my life, they're my twin flame, whatever the case is, just know that they might just be a karmic relationship that came into your life to teach you something about you. Outside of a romantic relationship, some of you might have some friendships that maybe you're outgrowing. Just know that you have support at this time to be able to move on to new relationships. And some of you might actually have some new people coming into your life and they are offering support. This very well could be some sort of karmic relationship coming into your life that is coming in to support you at this time for whatever reason. So just know that there is a lot of support around you, whether it's energetically or in person with your community. or even online communities. Now let's go ahead and get into our tarot cards. Let's bring in the heavy hitters. What can tarot add to the messages this month? The overall theme and vibe. Right now, the overall theme and vibe is past life relationships. We have these energies around us that it's almost kind of inexplainable. We have the sun in reversal. Very interesting, especially for this month of August. You got to think the month of August is like the peak summer, right? The first week of August is very much peak summer, and then we're slowly going to start to see summer, slowly fading out. But it's interesting that we're seeing the sun in reversal here. The sun in the upright represents happiness, joy, growth. It's all that energy of like the light. The light has returned. Things are growing in our life. And so maybe for some of you, if there are some relationships that potentially are coming to an end, maybe it just feels like it's not a happy time. I think whenever relationships do end, or whenever you're having to kind of go to, that reflection mode, when you go to the drawing board and you're looking at different things in your life and you're like, okay, well, maybe this doesn't serve me anymore. Sometimes it can be hard to see the light at the end of that. Sometimes it can be hard to get into temperance right away, and temperance maybe will come out, but I have a feeling that temperance is going to come out a little bit later in the month for you. So make sure you tune in for your weekly readings. But this sun being in reversal says there's a challenge or an obstacle for all of you Capricorns this month to just enjoy the sun, meaning enjoy moments, having fun, going out and doing things that make you feel good, having those moments of growth and joy, companionship, happiness. So let's go ahead and see what that challenge or obstacle is. I am kind of curious to see what that is, because usually for all of you Capricorns, you're very grounded, and you don't really allow your relationships, whether they're with friends, romantic partner, family, coworkers, whatever it is, you usually don't allow those relationships to really stop you. It's interesting. You have the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is the card of kind of being stuck in our headspace. Sometimes this can feel like anxiety. Sometimes this can feel like we're stuck in a funk, or even a little bit of depression. Maybe some of you have a little bit of cabin fever, which I find interesting as well, because it's not winter. And if you're watching from Southern Hemisphere, maybe it is winter for you and you know what the cabin fever is that I'm talking about. But it almost kind of feels like maybe you have a little bit of cabin fever. Maybe it feels like, some of those relationships in a previous life that you had, which, sometimes that past life relationship card, you can even be thinking about friends from a different chapter or a different season in your life that maybe you aren't necessarily close with anymore. Maybe you moved and you don't have those people around anymore. Maybe you moved and it just feels like the sun isn't the same, right? But either way, it feels like maybe we're stuck in a funk a little bit. Maybe this month we're having a hard time, navigating some of the mental sort of Olympics here, right? It feels like anxiety. It feels like depression, stuck in a funk. Let's see how we're going to overcome that. Because this is a very different energy than what Capricorn usually gives. I don't know what's going on. I just feel like Capricorns, it's a little bit harder for you. Look at this temperance. I said temperance it feels like it's hard to get in temperance. They're saying that this is the solution to the challenge, which is being able to see the silver lining in things that have ended in the past, okay? Temperance very much is the alchemist in the tarot deck. She turns water into wine. She's able to see the positive in a negative situation, and I think for some of you, you're just having a hard time doing that. This is one of the cards with the angel wings on it. You only have 4 of those in the whole deck, and they do represent divine timing. So I'm almost kind of curious, how do we get into this temperance? Temperance is the solution to the potential challenge or obstacle this month, which is getting out of our headspace, trying our best not to reminisce so much on the past, really taking a moment and maybe seeing that these things that have come to an end in your life, relationships that maybe we're not connected to anymore. It all happened for a reason. And even though you might not see the reason right now, your spirit team and universe are telling you that almost kind of we don't want you to miss out on opportunities or blessings or happiness or just fulfillment overall, because we are so stuck in that sort of funk, in that sort of headspace, in that energy of why is this person not in my life anymore? Why didn't things work out that way? Oh, I really miss this group of friends that I don't have access to anymore. All of that. There is this sort of energy of when you are stuck in that space, Capricorn, to remember that everything happens for a reason. And I know that it's easier said than done, obviously, don't be afraid to reach out for support, because you do have support around you. But it's just like, when I see an energy like this for Capricorn, I'm like, what's going on? You guys are usually so grounded. And so maybe there is just this sort of overwhelming nostalgia. I'm almost kind of curious to see if the Six of Cups is going to come out this month for you as well at some point. Let's go ahead and get any extra messages that universe and spirit have for you. I'm just really, I feel like it's easier said than done. Like, you have both cards of figures laying in the bed with the swords over top of them. I almost kind of feel like, when you're in this space where you're like, I don't really want to go do anything. Like, Alicia, I hear you. You're telling me that I need to be able to like go out and enjoy myself, enjoy my summer, still be able to go do fun things, see the silver lining. I hear all that, but like, I can't do that. Well, then if we can't force ourselves to get up and like push ourselves to get out there and go do something, then let's shift our mindset. Instead of just like sitting at home or doom scrolling or getting sucked in to, a TV show for hours on end, shift our focus into self-love and self-care. Maybe we do light some candles around the house. We make our favorite drink. We cook a nourishing meal for ourselves. Maybe we do a little spa day where we do our nails and we take a long bath or a long shower. We do some essential oils. Maybe we have a DIY craft day. And this is all stuff that you can do by yourself at home, where you're not pushing yourself to get super outside of the comfort zone right now. Because it does feel like there are some things that you have outgrown, different seasons and different chapters in your life, where maybe that immediate support team that you had, whether they were with besties or with ex-partners or even just with coworkers, you might be missing them a lot this month. You might be seeing them posting on social media, or maybe you're hearing about all the good things that are happening in their life and you just miss them. Just know that these past life relationships, these relationships from previous seasons in your life, whether it is karmic relationships or not, everything does unfold for a reason, and divine timing is at work for you. And I think for a lot of you Capricorns, you are very spiritually grounded, and I think deep down you know that. It's just putting it into practice in your own life. Like I said, everything is always easier said than done. So when you see stuff like this and we're talking about, just remember it all happens for a reason. Again, that looks good on paper, but you're like, how do I make that happen? Like, that's not going to happen today. I can't get out of this funk, Alicia. Okay, you know what? We're going to shift into self-love and self-care. Let's go ahead and make our favorite dinner and just relax, right? I think just giving yourself grace this month is also really important. But overall, that double, Nine of Swords, Four of Swords, shift into self-love. Try your best not to get sucked into the anxieties, the mental, the depression, the funk. Pull yourself out of it as much as you can, and just know that you do have support around you, whether it's energetically, spiritually, or even within our Ohana here, okay? Let me go ahead and get your affirmation for the month. Curious to see what comes out for this as well. I think this is a very different energy for you, Capricorn. I think the overall vibe and theme for this month is take care of you. When you feel those moments of, missing the people of the past, or, outgrowing relationships, yes, it can be rough. It can feel frustrating, but you're not alone. You're not alone. Let's go ahead and see. I am in tune with the universe. And I think that this is going to be something that will really help you get through the month. I am in tune with the universe. Say this every day. Every time you feel like you're stuck in that funk, go to the mirror, look at yourself in the eyes and say, I am in tune with the universe, and truly believe that. Truly, truly believe it. Maybe even like make it into your lock screen on your phone, because divine timing is at work here. You are in tune with the universe. You have that support. You have the divine timing with temperance, right? Temperance is the key to getting out of that energy when you feel it this month. So when you're in a moment where you're starting to, either get stuck in reminiscing, we're feeling a little bit frustrated, we have some anxiety or depression and we can't get ourselves out of that funk, and don't put too much pressure on yourself. Take a deep breath. Remind yourself that divine timing is at work, that you are in tune with the universe, and reach out for some support. Whether you're asking your spirit team for some sort of sign that everything is okay, whether you're reaching out to a friend or a family member or just somebody in your community via text message and just being like, hey, what are you doing? Or hey, I'm not feeling the best. You got a song that I can listen to that's gonna make me feel better. Just doing something of that nature, or even shifting into self-love, self-care, doing something at home, like I said, that's really going to help you this month. I think overall for the month of August, your big takeaway from this reading is to take care of you. Take care of you and know that it is okay to outgrow relationships, okay? If you're still watching this video, maybe consider liking the video, consider subscribing, you know, join our Ohana. It doesn't cost you anything, and we love making new friends here. Like I mentioned before, if you would like to get a personal reading with me, you can always go to themagicsiren.com. All that information is down in the description box below. I hope that you have a wonderful August. Regardless of all of this energy, I hope you have a wonderful August, and thank you so much for spending your time with me. I will see you again next time. Aloha.